Here we go! Well, I've been performing magic for over 20 years. However, it was just this particular tour that I'm on, a 45-state national tour, traveling around the country, visiting over 300 schools. Began just September. So we're on a national tour, living in a tour bus for the whole year. My daughter Tessa is traveling with me. I get to lock her up in a tour bus so she can't date any boys. I live for this. I think performing for kids is like a drug for me. I love it the moment I walk out on stage. But I think most importantly, what I love about it is the fact that I'm getting to inspire the kids. I've gotten so many wonderful emails from kids, Facebook messages, everything. It's awesome that I get to talk about me being deaf and how I'm not giving up and working hard. And they appreciate that. They see what I can do with the big show, with the magic and illusions of comedy, and then they realize that they can do anything too. 5 years ago, my hearing disappeared. I had to learn sign language to relearn my show. It's hereditary. It's called progressive hearing loss. It started with my grandmother got sick as a child, and it passed on to my dad, my oldest brother. I'm the only one that went deaf. My dad and my oldest brother are both hard of hearing, as well as my daughter, who was hard of hearing. The idea behind the show, when I lost my hearing, I'd already been in schools before with other educational shows. But because I lost my hearing, I was so frustrated, angry, and sad at first. And over the course of time, things weren't going well. But then I realized I decided whether I'm going to let my deafness control me or whether I'm going to control it. And I created a new show called DEAFinitely Magic, D-E-A-F, Definitely Magic. Well, I'm going to go to school, so it's like this. And the idea was to not just have a couple little tricks. I wanted big. Part of my grand illusions that is performed all across the country. People appear, disappear, producing live doves, producing my daughter. The idea was to show them what I can do, not just tell them what I can do, being deaf. And within that, I also do several things where I explain about deaf history, deaf culture. I talk about Beethoven and how he lost his hearing, but he still was able to write music. Thomas Edison, a lot of people don't know he was deaf later in life. Heather Whitestone, the first deaf Miss America. So I talk about other people who have accomplished a lot of things, even though they're deaf. I'm here tomorrow, today and tomorrow, doing schools here, and we're still in Nebraska on Friday, but we continue moving toward Iowa, because that's where we're heading now. We've already been in 10 different states. We started out in Kansas, we were in part of Nebraska earlier, then we went down to Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, all the way up to Oregon, Washington, Montana, Utah. We were all over the place, and we're going back home during Christmas time, and we'll continue the tour after the New Year on the East Coast, from all the way up in Maine, Connecticut, all the way down to the Carolinas, Florida, Alabama. So it's pretty cool. It's fun. I'm living my dream and really turning my life around, and was able to make things happen, and now I get to travel the country and see America and inspire the kids, teachers, and faculty. I pinch myself. Am I really waking up? And I get to travel with my daughter. So this is my daughter, Tessa. So she's an accomplished gymnast and dancer in her own right, and magician. And I get to make her appear, disappear, and do other illusions. So it's a lot of fun.